It's time to take warning, everyone. The bunch of jerks are in the conference finals. Oh my gosh.
Hashtag Raleigh.
Can I get a Hurricanes man to start off the show?
Need some hashtag Raleigh.
Yes, it is time for the dumpster fire. Everybody, what is up in the chat? We got snooper chats. Those are Snoop Dogg chats. Snooper chats. I'm fresh off a guy's weekend. I went to the beach this weekend. Got a little darkening of the skin, but was too afraid to take off my shirt, on the beach because I'm getting fat. But other than that, had a good time. What about you, Tree? What have you been doing since the last week here?
Not really much. Just working on vids, and I saw Endgame.
I saw it too. So I heard Superman dies in it.
No, it wasn't Superman. It was Captain Fatfuck, the leader of men.
He dies in Endgame?
Holy yes, shit. He does.
Wow. I thought Hines Ward dies in Batman, one of the Batmans, right?
No, he's the only one who lives.
That's right. OBJ. Daniel Jones lives in Endgame, for sure. Did you see that rumor?
Too, unfortunately, so.
Did you see the rumor that other teams wanted to work him out at tight end? Like I think there's just like the Cowboys or the Eagles are just have an entire team of PR people just built to shit on the Giants, which they deserve.
That's a smart division move.
Right. I don't think anyone tried to work Kyler Murray out at running back while he was during the draft process. I'm pretty positive about that.
Same pretty.
I don't know. How much? What would you give Endgame on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'd give it like a 6 or a 7. It was all right.
Only a 6 or a 7?
I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, just kind of mostly tying up loose ends.
I gave it a solid 9, bruh. That's
9.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good movie. I'm not saying it was best movie ever. That's all I'm saying.
There wasn't enough Scarlett Johansson's butt. I just didn't see enough of it. So it's pretty lame that they didn't do that. All right, we're 3 minutes in, so a lot happened since last week. Carolina obviously. Why are they playing? Hold on. Carolina obviously clinched and they swept the Isles out of the building, and then Boston has done the worst. They beat. So all Columbus did was get Tampa out of the way.
Yeah, and they're still the least successful franchise in the NHL. I think they're tied with the Jets for playoff wins, but I think Jets take tiebreaker because they made the third round once.
Yeah, so the Jets have 2 series wins, right? Yeah.
Yep, and here's the problem with the Blue Jackets, that of 3 of their best players are probably going to be gone.
I think they can get one of them to come back.
Well, the problem with Panarin is he wants the big city life. He's probably gone.
Yeah, he's tired.
He's going to get paid a shitload of money. He's going to be gone. Matt Duchene's issue is that he has a first-round tag on him. If he resigns, the Sens get their first-round pick next year. So,
well, they went all in, and they got.
Yeah, I mean, it bit them. I mean, it was kind of the risk they took, but they allowed us to laugh. So, hey.
Yeah, they kind of sharded, They gambled and lost. They thought it was going to squeeze in there, and then just their pants were wet because they didn't. You never trust a fart. That's right.
Pretty much.
And then on the NBA side, the Bucks have pretty much the Celtics are done because Kyrie Irving is just tossing up bricks like he's building a freaking, like the wolf is outside of his house. And then the Sixers and Toronto's a good series. Good series.
I'm really liking Denver-Portland. That's a really good series.
Yeah, that's a very fun, entertaining, high power. Like, now is when the NBA playoffs actually get good, when you get close to the finals, or
the last few years it's been pretty meh. Like this round, it's actually an interesting round. Like Philly-Toronto, it's like whomever loses shitposting wins.
Yes.
Because if Toronto loses, they're fucked. If Philly loses, they're in trouble because they got to sign 2 players to max contracts, and they're not going to be able to do so.
No, either way, whoever loses catastrophically in that series,
I mean, Philly can probably handle it a little better since they have Embiid and Simmons locked up for a bit, at least for a couple more years. But Toronto, if they lose, they're done. Kawhi's gone.
Philly just got so burned on that Markelle Fultz draft. Like
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, if he was able to pan out, you don't trade for Jimmy Butler. You keep Robert Covington and Dario Saric. Your depth significantly improved, and you're a finals contender.
Yeah.
So with that move, since that move backfired, like that might be the destruction of their process.
Oh, I think if they don't even win a championship, like their process is destroyed. But I tell you, watching, and we haven't even gotten to the big cake, which is Houston, Golden State, and I'm gonna tell you, the whole Golden State has looked very bad in Houston.
They've been very mortal. They're having trouble shooting threes.
Yeah, and if they can't hit their threes, they're done. And they have no cohesion on offense. It's hard to watch them play, man.
So, like, did something happen when they lost Boogie? Like, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't matter. They won a championship without it. They got the same 5 out that they have. Yeah, Curry has sucked this series, Nick, man. He just has not hit his shots.
Yeah, Kevin Durant's carrying them.
Yeah, Kevin. But I think they'll still win. I think they'll still win the championship ultimately, but they look
I think they win in 7 again.
Yeah.
But, like, this might be their last year because, once again, Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant are going to be free agents. And if one of them goes, they're in trouble.
I like the guy that yelled New York Knicks, New York Knicks every time Durant had the ball. That was clearly to bother him.
He'd be a fool to go to the New York Knicks with all that media pressure.
Oh, he'd be
just be the same stuff they've been going over for like years. It's like chasing stars.
He'll do something. Yeah, he'll do something surprising, like go to the Pacers or some shit. You know, like.
He'll probably re-sign with the Warriors. Unless he wants to get, like, massively paid.
It's so evident now, this playoffs. Like, I think the Warriors might have won maybe one other championship, but the last 2 have been Durant. Like, he's the difference. And if they want to fool themselves and think that they could win another one without him, that's absurd. He is the difference. He is.
He's a game breaker. What do you expect?
He is easily, I would say, the best player in the NBA right now. Easily.
One of them easily. I mean, you can make the argument for Antetokounmpo. You can make the argument for Kawhi. You can make the argument for Embiid when he's healthy.
Yeah, but I think Durant just does everything. And he's 7 feet tall. He just scores, and he's so commanding, and he draws so much attention. And Antetokounmpo is close. He's a fucking monster.
Like he's still emerging. He's still developing as a player.
Yep. All right, we got 8 minutes into the show. It's time to start reading the snapper chat so that we're not here till 10:30. And then I think tonight we should do like a last call at like 9:50.
Like 9:45, 9:50. Yeah.
So
we should have like a little like thing for it that's just like a little sound effect.
Yeah.
Which states, do your last calls and then we're done.
No, we should have a song for last call, like, you know.
Closing time?
Yeah, closing time
from
Semisonic or Why Do You Build Me Up? Or we gotta say something like you don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here, something like to that effect. What's another good closing time, good last call song?
Hope you had the time of your life.
Yeah, like that's a good one. Green Day. Yeah. Yeah, that's when the lights come on and the girl that you're talking to, you're like, oh shit, let's get out of here before I see that again in the light. You're like, oh. Let's just leave. You had way more acnes than I thought. All right, I'll start it off and then we'll alternate. How about that? Can we handle it this night?
I'd say so.
Okay. All right. Let's alternate. Okay.
Yep.
See how long it takes for us to fuck up. Kirk Coble, Canadian $5, 2024 Stanley Cup champions and runner up. Off the top of your head, you want us to go 5 years into the future?
5 years into the future. I mean, so much can happen in 5 years. Like,
I think the Rangers will make the finals because their 5-year Jeff Gordon will have rebuilt the Rangers and Edmonton. I think Connor McDavid stays and then Edmonton somehow rebuilds it with Ken Holland.
Even with Ken Holland. That's bold, son.
With Ken Holland, Mike Yeo, and Michelle Therrien on their squad. No, wait. Is that it? Is Terry on?
No, Tarion and Yo are in Philly.
That's
They're
right. I'm
assistants
sorry.
to Alain Vigna.
I've got it. I'm sorry. I got that backwards. I mean, I wanted to talk about that coaching situation. So they got Terrian, Vigneault, and Mike Yo, guys that don't win cups, basically.
It's like a very strong, experienced team. The thing with Tarion is he's really good if you have a young and unstructured team that needs discipline. But the problem is he doesn't have much else of a purpose. Yo, I was never impressed with as an assistant in Pittsburgh. He was in charge of the special teams, and they were never overpowering. And then just look at his tenure in St. Louis. It was rough.
And with the Wild, it was really bad with the Wild. He was not
the Mild.
Good. Yeah, they were the Minnesota Mild with him at the helm there. Yeah, what other team of underachievers could you put together to coach a squad?
Todd McClellan.
What's that?
Todd McClellan.
But him, who would be his assistant? Who would be McClellan's assistant?
Probably Willie Desjardins.
Willie Desjardins, and then what he would put Guy Boucher as the third guy,
Mark Crawford.
Yeah,
just because that's an assistant caliber. Very old school coach.
Yeah,
and he did a lot. He did less with more. I would say
less with more. That's the story of my life.
That's a Mark Crawford.
Yep.
Jack Adams winner and a cup winner because their team was a juggernaut.
Yeah, well, some people succeed despite themselves, right?
Pretty much.
That's me on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, that's everybody on YouTube. Right. Not just you.
Some people are talented, though. I'm not. I'm just...
What's talent? I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Jeez. That's weird.
Weird.
L. Chris for $5. Tree has videos on all the team left except the Stars. Will he eat it up after these fantastic playoffs? I don't know. We'll see. I'm cool with St. Louis or San Jose winning the cup. It's not like a Washington situation where it's fuck, I need the means. St. Louis has just been so depressing where it's okay, they can get a little taste of success for once. San Jose is my second favorite team, so I'm cool with them winning.
Did you do a congrats Blue Jackets yet?
No, not yet. I'm working on another vid right now, but the thing with the Blue Jackets is it's probably going to be a mixed vid because, well, let's put it this way. They played hard. They didn't deserve to lose. They should feel no shame about how they played. It's just how the dice roll sometimes.
Yeah,
they couldn't get past Tuukka Rask.
Yeah, their narrative really is that they shoved all in and they, the dealer got 21.
It's the fantastic prizes that are going to be at their disposal now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
At the end of the day, it didn't really get them much.
Yep.
Allowed us to laugh at Tampa, so hey, at least you'll have that. They have something to hang their hat on now. Instead of oh yeah, we exist.
Yeah, the Blue Jackets, they should have won that series. That game too against the Game 6, they outplayed Bruins. They were in their zone. They
hit a lot of posts. They had a lot of posts.
Yeah.
Game 5 was the backbreaker. That last minute goal by Duchesne. Pasta.
Pasternak. Yeah. That's the way the puck bounces, man. Sometimes it just does that. Lua.
I do have a question. That McAvoy hit. How was that only 2 minutes?
That's here. I got it here in the background, right? I mean, here, let me move this over. Move the chat over. You see his jaw just getting broke. Right there,
yeah, that's I mean, you can make the argument it's not really headhunting, but dude, that's at least the way it hit, and he left his feet.
Do you
that
think
that should be 4 to 5 minutes?
Do you think that the NHL got hypersensitive because they changed the outcome of a game, 2 weeks earlier or a week
Once
earlier?
Again, I'm going to tell you, that penalty did not hurt Vegas. Vegas hurt themselves. They could have been Game 6, they could have won Game 5, and they could have had a sturdy penalty kill. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't agree with the 5-minute penalty, but either way, it would have been double minor or a 2 or a 5-on-3.
I think they could have survived a double minor. They were in a lot of trouble after that. You could tell that something had happened,
Yeah.
All right. Lua, 503. Unfortunately, I have to miss tonight because of finals week, but I wanted to support you guys. Also, which NHL team will have the worst off season? Wow. It's got to be Blue Jackets, right? Even if they lose 2 out of 3.
Blue Jackets, I get to see Tampa having a rough offseason, Winnipeg, maybe Toronto, depending how it goes.
Well, think
I
about
could
it.
see Nashville going through a massive overhaul. Maybe Calgary. Like, there were a lot of teams that fell to shit this year.
Does Tampa even have a general manager?
Yep, Julien Brisebois, new GM who's heading right into cap hell. So the worst situations to me are like Toronto comes in third because, the Tavares has got to pay Marner, but they're not going to lose that much. They'll probably lose some depth pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Second for me is Tampa Bay because, you got to pay Braden Point. And, you're going to get rid of significant pieces to do that.
Yeah,
Number one for me is Winnipeg because you got to pay Laine and Connor and a bunch of other guys, Jacob Trouba. So they're in deep trouble.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. All right. I think that Tampa is probably going to have probably the roughest, and then just Columbus from losing if they lose all three, they're going to get.
They lose all three, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a chance of re-signing Dzingel, but he was mostly invisible.
Yeah, he didn't really show up, but Panarin's such a difference maker, man.
The only one who really had an impact was Duchesne.
Yeah. Gosh, it's amazing that talent like Duchesne is going to be on his fourth team in 2 years.
The problem with Duchesne is they keep thinking he's like the guy when he's more of a compliment to the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where he thrived in Columbus.
Yeah. Well, being, feeding.
Like, Panarin can be the guy.
Yeah, well, you're seeing clearly in Colorado that Nate McKinnon is the guy.
Oh, Nathan, this is his coming out party.
Yeah.
He's emerging as a bona fide superstar.
Oh, what a pass to Dallas is playing. I'm sorry, but I'm rooting for Dallas tonight because if they win, Rangers get a first round pick. So
fair enough. I'm cool with either or, to be honest with you.
Yep.
I said if it's St. Louis loses again, it's just more pain. It's just your window was wide open and you couldn't get past Dallas.
Yeah. I mean, a team that
I had St. Louis winning the series, so.
Oh well, you've been an anti-jinx this playoff. Well, everyone's been a jinx. No one can predict.
We've all been a jinx. I had St. Louis going to the final, so.
So you have the one team that's still alive. This is a really.
Well, I also picked Washington to win, so.
This is a really end-to-end game right here, right now, that I'm seeing a lot of speed through neutral. A lot of speed.
That's how a lot of games have been played. Dallas St. Louis has been like that. Colorado San Jose has been played like that. Hold on, give me 1 second. Somebody's knocking at my door.
Oh, okay. I'll read the I'll read the snapper chats and then I'll catch you up when it's time. So the show must go. The show must go on. Beast of Metal 1989, the Minneapolis-St. Paul area and the shattered remains of Chuck Fletcher's reputation. Better thank the hockey gods CBJ is done. The conference finals appearance could have cast them both into the abyss. Yeah. If CBJ had kept going, would have been bad for the whole Minneapolis area, but they didn't. They are still the worst team in the NHL when it comes to postseason success. They had Rick Nash when Rick Nash was scoring 50 some odd goals, and they still couldn't win a playoff series. The curse of the expansion team. Yeah, Tree's Tree's not coming back. It's either a Kirby salesman, someone come to sell him a vacuum cleaner, and he's going to be gone for the next 2 hours, or someone finally figured out, it's Roger Goodell, and he's just like, hey, I finally found you, Tree. Or it's Captain Fatfuck himself, made it up to Yinzer Land, and finally said, hey, I heard you've been talking shit on the internet about me. Nah, it's probably a solicitor, I would bet, or an Amazon Prime. Jared Froman, no relation to Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago. $5. What are the 5 best rotations in baseball right now in terms of current performance? I'm gonna need Tree's
Sorry
help.
about that.
All right, I'm reading this one from Jared Froman.
Jared Froman.
Yes.
5 best rotations in baseball.
Mm-hmm. Which of them is the most surprising? That's a good question, because like these teams that are surprising, they don't have like they're not blowing me away with who their pitchers are. They're just winning. It's different. But let me take a look at some MLB standings here. Let me turn.
I know Pittsburgh has had a pretty strong rotation.
Yeah, Chris Archer's in there.
Yeah, I mean it's mostly been about like not even about Archer. It's been like Musgrove and Williams. Like Tyone's been in trouble. Like he's on IL for a month, so they're in trouble there. Archer's on IL too, so injuries have taken a toll.
Who are
the
the
issue
Twins?
with the Pirates is they have no offense, and their bullpen's been very sketchy.
Who are the Twins pitchers that are racking up all these wins? That's what
I would say. I think it's Pineda.
Michael Pendejo.
Michael Pineda. Martin Perez. I would say. Who's the one guy I'm thinking of right now? Jose Barrios. That's the guy. Jacob Orizzi.
Barrios. Yeah, I'm not.
The thing with Minnesota is their core is coming back now. Last year was awful.
Yeah, like the Phillies are in first. I'm not impressed with their rotation. The Braves don't scare you. Like
the Nationals are a disaster. Yeah. Bullpen.
The Mets, DeGrom has been less than DeGrom. Thor has been less than Thor.
Yeah, the NL East just really disappointed me. I thought they'd be much stronger.
Yeah, the Cards. Who's pitching the kid that throws really hard for the Cardinals?
Jordan Hicks. He's their bullpen guy.
Yeah.
It's like their closer.
Oh.
Like your guys are like Dakota Hudson, Luke Weaver, Miles Michaelis, guys like that.
Yeah, see, I'm not being stood out by. It's so early in the baseball season too, Like,
of course. Seattle was 13-2 at the start of the year, and now they've lost 16 of 22.
Yeah.
So
the Astros are. I cannot believe that Kimbrel and Keuchel don't have deals yet.
The issue is they have first-round tender on them.
Yeah.
If they didn't have first-round tender, they'd be
Is there a time frame that they can wait till that expires? Or
I think after the draft.
After the draft?
Plus, the thing with Kimbrel is, Kimbrel wants big money. Keuchel wants big money.
Yeah. Well, teams will get desperate come
Oh,
soon.
of course.
Casey Hoosby, $5. I like this one. Thoughts on the Kentucky Derby? Wow,
I should stay in my lane on this one, right?
Yes, you should. You know how bad that horse racing fucked themselves with that decision? So
if it's the rules, it was the right call. It's just hard because it just seemed like, oh, he won, yet he didn't.
It's not even that. It's a business decision. So now, what was his name? Maximum Security is not running in the Preakness, which he would have won.
Yeah. Country House isn't running in the Preakness either.
Yeah. Take Me Home.
So neither of them are doing it, and the Triple Crown's it's done. I mean, their ratings are gonna plummet.
Yeah, if there's not a Triple Crown on the line, nobody watches the Belmont or the Preakness. People can usually squeeze a Preakness. Oh, St. Louis is on the power play.
And they are 1 minute in so far. Decent pressure, nothing too crazy.
And
though.
Benny Bish is in net. Wow.
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
I
figured
yeah.
He took a big whack from Parayko's shot.
I'm very surprised they didn't sign the ghost of Ed Belfour to play.
No, I thought they'd sign Kerry Letterman.
Yeah, or Niemi. Put Niemi back in there.
Niemi's actually in hockey on Montreal. I think Lettinen I think's in Sweden, right, or Finland.
I don't know. Letting them in was
Kerry Letterman.
He was letting them in. For sure. I think, I think the Kentucky Derby, it was bad. It was wet. I was very surprised that they overturned the decision. I think a lot of experts that I heard said, it doesn't matter intent or anything like that. That's the rule. And they probably got it right, but man, did they fuck themselves. But maybe we have Triple Crown fatigue. We've seen 2 in our lifetimes already. So, American Pharaoh and Justified. Mm-hmm. They did it.
Well, that's just rich men who decided to be rich.
And inject horses with steroids.
Yep. And then they sire and retire and they sell their reproductive rights for millions of dollars.
Yeah, I don't, I don't get horse racing. They just put the 2-year-olds out there or 3-year-olds or however old they are. And then like there's a whole career after that where they keep racing. Like I'm not big into horse racing. Like Mike Francesca it's a rich man's sport,
Yeah, it's an older sport. It's like boxing. Its popularity was a long time ago. 50s, 60s, 70s. That was horse racing's time.
I was having this debate with a friend, and he says that the horses care whether they win or not. And I'm like, I don't think so, man. I think they care where the oats are. Like,
yeah, I think it's just like, why are they whipping me?
Yeah,
that's really
like,
what it comes down to.
But maybe if they're like, maybe if I finish in first, I get to put my huge horse schlong into a mare, and they're like, all right, I'll do that if I win, maybe. All right,
Maybe. Moving along. Let's go to Emigdio's back for $5. It seems like the Hurricanes and the Bucks are our only hope. Temporarily on the Hurricane bandwagon. # Brass Bonanza. Fortunately, the Bucks seem to be doing all right. Do you remember that Game 1 comment afterwards when Paul Pierce said that the Bucks were done because they lost Game 1?
Yeah, and then they reeled off 3 straight convincing games.
Yeah, they crushed them in 3 straight games.
Yeah. Are there any NBA games tonight? NBA school?
Yeah, there are a couple. 76ers and Raptors are playing now. Raptors are crushing them.
Oh, wow.
54-43.
Yeah.
And Portland, Denver later tonight.
Yeah, they're gut punching them.
I'm guessing you saw the star shot.
Did it go? No.
No, it
It
did
was
not.
saved by Billington. Yeah, I would like to see the Bruins lose because I cannot take another Boston team like in the finals.
Oh, of course. I mean, that'd be all they talk about is like the future dynasty.
It's getting quite annoying with the whole Boston.
And that'd be like the other team that beats Boston is going to be the heroes. And also Dallas is going to be going on the penalty kill again. So.
All right. There you go. Beast of Metal 1989. Thanks, Beast of Metal. Regular contributor to the show. $5 Nuggets. You have one job: to make Portland croon the sounds of Damian Lillard and his merry band of "You're Fucked." Make Rib City.
Ben hit the side of the net.
Rest in piss. You don't like Damian Lillard? I like
Damian Lillard's all right. I mean, like Denver Nuggets though, they have one of the great everymen in Nikola Jokic.
Yeah. He does look like an everyman. He looks like a guy that wears his shirt. Like, not only does he wear a shirt while swimming in the pool, he also wears it during sex. He's just like, all right, I'm just keeping this t-shirt on. I don't care. I'm 7 feet tall, and I'm going to keep my shirt on during sex. That's how everyman Jokic looks right there.
I like Jokic, like I said, like, what did you do after that quadruple overtime? It's like, yeah, I ate well. I took a nap, and I played Fortnite, and I ate again.
Where's Jokic? Is he Croatian?
He's Serbian, I think.
Serbian. He probably just doesn't know much English. He didn't want to say, look, I first I jerked off and then I cried, and then he didn't want to
look up. If you search Nikola Jokic, they say his father is Yusuf Nurkic. Jesus.
All right. Oh, I like this next one, by the way. Oh, it's so good.
Ah, man. The Tie Fighter 94. $10. Which is the most embarrassing loss in the Champions League? PSG, where they choked against United, or Barca, where they are a likely team to win it all, only to go full Tampa in the second leg?
So Barca, which I was corrected on because I called
4 unanswered goals.
Yeah. Somebody called me, they roasted me endlessly for calling them Barca, which is like a derogatory term. So you probably said it right there. But they were up 3-1 or something on the aggregate. Like they had no chance.
3-0. 3-0.
Yeah. So there was like no way that they could lose, and then they lost.
Yep. They lost 4 straight. And now Liverpool is just going crazy.
Oh, it was like a Atlanta Falcons level collapse.
Pretty much. That's legacy of failure material right there.
Can't you just pass back between your goalie and your defenseman, if you have a 3-goal lead?
No, they want to compound that lead. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah, well, they got their asses beat and they got upset. Now PSG, they choked against who's PSG? Is that
Paris Saint-Germain.
oh,
I think their goaltender had like a really bad performance.
goalies don't. No, they do a lot. I'm always amazed though at goalies. Like even with the best shots, they always barely get past the goalie, right? Like goalies.
Or it's like one of those random mistakes where it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, if it's like a 2-on-0 and they can walk it in, because the net is huge and there's only one goalie. But man, I see shots all the time where they just miss it by an inch, and that's the only area that they could put it in. All right, Jake Baskinger, I think, yeah, he's on Twitters. Talk about NASCAR. Wasn't there a race today or something?
NASCARs.
Yeah. There was a race yesterday or today, like during the day. Like
about NASCARs.
Yeah. Was there a makeup race?
Take a look here.
I don't know. I don't know NASCAR like that.
The Gander RV 400.
Yeah.
At Dover. So it probably was a rain delay.
Who won?
Martin Truex Jr.
Martin Truex Jr. That sounds like a superhero's name, right? Yeah, rain out on Monday.
Sounds like a NASCAR name.
Yeah, it does sound like. I wonder if he likes to fish, that Martin Truex.
Probably.
Jr. Yep. Oh, you take this big one here.
That I can. For Josh Bush for $20. Thank you, sir. Brass Bonanza versus St. Louis Stanley Cup Final. That'd be an interesting one. It'd probably be very defense heavy.
That sounds like a NASCAR name. Josh Bush.
Mm-hmm. Josh Bush? Yeah, that sounds like part of the Bush dynasty.
Yeah. He could be
and Dallas killed off the penalty, FYI.
Yeah, I see it. Yep, they're taking it in the zone. And
St. Louis is shattering them, but there's a lot of penalty kill time. So
I'd be fine with St. Louis in the Stanley Cup Finals just because they've been so bad, but I don't want the memes to die.
It's not even memes anymore. It's just fucking depressing.
Yeah,
the only meme they have is like other teams or other players going on to other teams winning a cup. That's their meme.
That's true.
Like the ultimate pain for them would be going to the finals and then losing against Boston because that means their old captain and Yaroslav Halak would win.
Yeah, David Backus. David Backus would put them to the shame. Yep, I see Tyler Sagan. Remember, yesterday was the 8-year anniversary of him missing team breakfast. By the way.
I keep remembering that video with Shirelli saying he didn't fit the team culture or something, and that's...
He's 19. Right.
He's 20 years old. No, he doesn't fit the team culture.
He's probably getting a blowjob from like the PR, the director of PR for the Bruins, and he showed up late. 19-year-olds. What were you doing at 19? Definitely wasn't getting a blowjob from the director of PR for the Boston Bruins.
Being a bitch.
Playing,
right, lying in the basement.
Yeah. I was high
and
probably
old video.
Right. I was high and sleeping till 6:00 in the afternoon. All right. Kirk Hardiman. By the way, thanks, Josh Bush, NASCAR driver for Joe Gibbs. Kirk Hardiman, let's go Raptors, and the Bruins suck. I'm fine with that.
Oh, I think everyone in sports doesn't want the Bruins to win.
Yeah, we're tired.
Except Boston.
Yeah,
it's like Boston versus the world again. It's like, yeah, have fun.
Pretty much.
It's like if the Bruins don't win, if the Celtics get eliminated, I think everyone's just going to celebrate so they can't do the quadfecta.
Yeah, they're trying to do the Tiger Slam, like win all 4 majors. I don't think anyone, there's never been a city to hold all 4. That. Right.
No. I mean, it's tough to hold even 2 out of 4.
Yeah. And they've got 2. Well, they got 2 right now. Fuck. They won the World Series too. And now they're shit. Thank God for that.
Yeah. That's a good sign, but they'll be back.
Yeah.
They'll be back. 18, Brian Huang for $2. What do you think of maximum security DQ in the Derby?
Yeah, we covered it. It was I was shocked by the decision,
I was watching Endgame at the time, so I couldn't watch. So.
No, I mean, I watched the race from start to finish. Where was I? Oh, we were in BW3s down at the beach.
Oh,
And,
Buffalo Wild Wings. That's
yeah.
not really a beachy place.
Well, we've tried to find like an off-track betting. Could you imagine? Oh, here's something that's new from the conversation. Could you imagine if you had, say, Country Road or whatever the fuck its name was, and you tore up that ticket, and then you're like, fuck,
yeah.
fucking.
Well, doesn't second place get a decent bit of like money too?
Yeah,
like, dump the top three,
you
get
wouldn't
the
have,
cash.
you wouldn't have tossed it, but then.
Yeah, you would have been like, okay, I'll recoup some cash. Like, I might make a.
But what if you just bet on him to win
thing.
straight up, and you threw away? You know, he was 65-1, so you bet $100, you won $6,500. You know, or something like that, or is like it ends up being like 5,800 minus the juice. But I thought that was funny that they went and changed the results after. You know, but people were talking about, what if they had paid out? I was like, I don't think they pay out until the results are certified. So I don't think any betting houses got fucked over that, because there's fuckers are stingy. They're right. Midge Dio's back. Gaming related tweet. Ooh, playing Mass Effect 2. My football self thought Jacob Taylor was a Steelers fan. Elusive man's a Yinzer. Is he? He could be a Steelers fan.
Maybe.
What teams do you think that the Avengers root for? You know,
the Avengers, probably the Patriots.
Yeah, I would say Captain America is a Pats fan. Him and Chris Evans and Tom Brady are hanging out, and Thor is definitely a Pats fan. I can see that, and
Thor
Thanos
might be a Vikings fan. That would explain the pain and misery.
Yeah, that's true. Thor is a Vikings fan. I missed that one. Thanos definitely a Patriots fan. Him and Bill Belichick get along.
Oh yeah, he should have gone for the head.
Yep.
Balance as all things should be.
Yeah, I think what's his name? Star-Lord's probably a Browns fan. You know, he's from the Midwest or something. You know.
Yeah, it's like country dude.
Yeah, he's always trying to be cool. Oh my gosh, how did the Blues not score right there?
Could pretty much be said about every team this series. Like, how did you not score there? Or how did the Stars not score there?
I like this
every.
Yeah, I like this next one here from my man. But
let's do this. Mr. Bailey Leisure for $2. Thought on Kellerman's Kobe and Fitzgerald comment.
So I don't know if you saw this. So on
I saw the. He said Kawhi was better than Kobe. No. That's going to be a hard no.
Has Kobe Bryant ever quit on his team and then, like, you know, while he was healthy?
Well, Kobe was a selfish piece of shit, but he never quit on his team.
No. Kobe wanted to win.
He's an accomplished player and a future Hall of Famer. Kawhi, you can make the argument that he's not a future Hall of Famer.
Kawhi could be a future Hall of Famer, but I don't think he loves basketball. I just think he's a guy that plays basketball. Kobe absolutely lived in, like, Kobe wanted his teammates to love it as much as him, and he rubbed people the wrong way because of it. Like, he'd be like, fuck you. If you're not going to be great like me, you know, get the fuck off my team. And that's good and that's bad, but Kawhi's not like that. Kawhi's like, what time's practice? Shit.
Pretty much.
Pretty much it. All right. I'm reading all the Beast of Metals tonight. But yeah, I thought that I like J-Dub's reaction though when he just got up and he was just like, he was like me after the Daniel Jones pick. He was just like, fuck. That's what it is. He just got up and gave up. All right, Beast of Metal 1989. Somebody tell NASCAR that reverting to single car qualifying is a hollow gesture as long as there's a system that locks 90% of the field into every race before the season ever starts. Yeah, it's funny because they started complaining about, you know, the multiple qualifying, and then the NASCAR's response was, let's just get rid of it. So,
oh yeah,
I thought that was hilarious. They're like, all right, you know, it needs some tweaking, and they're just like, no, let's just cut it. We're done. We'll do one car on the track at a time and make it super inefficient so we can sell more cotton candy on qualifying day. That's what they want to do. They were looking for an excuse. Yeah, I thought that was
Always.
Mm-hmm.
That's NASCAR, though. I mean, they have a big hole to dig themselves out
They've
of.
been bleeding fans. Like, what happened to all the attendance, man? Like, Bristol used to be the best.
Bristol, they destroyed it. Like,
Yeah.
that saddens me because Bristol was my favorite track.
Yeah.
But now it's
Sad.
like they've really like modified it, and like the people that own it, like they jacked up prices ridiculously.
That's the
They've
thing. You make
abandoned their
that.
common fan.
Yeah, you make
Like,
NASCAR inaccessible. It's gonna be tough. You know, my wife, her mom they just used to show up at the race and get in on the infield. You know, now you got to have all this VIP pass and security and all this shit, and like it's just not as
yeah.
accessible as it used to
I
be.
mean, even look at the drivers. Like back in the day, you had everymen. You had guys like Dale Earnhardt, Terry Labonte. Guys you could share a beer with.
Dick Trickle. You
Yep.
know, I'm having a video out for the most unfortunate names in sports, and I found a clip of Dick Trickle burning a heater in the car as he's driving around the fucking track. He lights it. He's just smoking a fucking cigarette while he's driving around in NASCAR. How did that puck not go in? Wow.
Yeah, I agree. St.
Uh,
Louis is chipping, man.
they,
Dallas needs to readjust.
yeah, but this could be one of those games where they keep missing and then some fluke goes in because
Oh
man,
yeah. Like
Bob
Ben
gave up.
Bishop is the only reason why the Stars are in this game.
Wow. I'm fucking amazed by the Stars defense right now.
Stars have always been built on defense and goaltending. That's been their main priority as of the past couple years, especially with how much of a mess it was.
Yeah.
They've really done wonders in restructuring it. Their question has always been offense.
I had no idea Dick Trickle also killed himself as well. I didn't know
That
that.
sucks. I know he died. I didn't know it was a suicide.
Yeah. He just got tired of being called Dick Trickle, maybe. I don't know.
Well, his name's Richard, so I mean,
Yeah. He didn't have to go by Dick. He could have insisted it's Richard Trickle.
well, Dick was probably like just a random nickname for a while. It's just like,
Mm-hmm. That's what happened. Someone just gave him Dick.
yeah, it's like Willie.
Yep. Willie Trickle. Mm-hmm. That's right. Boy, the Raptors are killing the
Yeah,
Sixers.
they're up by 21 again.
Yep.
They're 20. Sorry, 20.
Yep. They could be one game away from the finals.
Yeah, I mean, Toronto needed
For
that. Game 4
conference
was
finals.
huge for them.
Yeah. Dead
Oh,
air.
snagged it. 1 minute left. Hey, a lot of dead air. He's got to get his time in too. But let's go to Family Guy fan 889 for $2. What cities would we see NBA or MLB expand? Honestly, MLB, I don't think they should really expand.
They're full.
I mean, yeah, there's no real market that's crying for Major League Baseball right now. If they're going to do it, they'll probably relocate.
Charlotte, maybe.
Charlotte, Montreal, maybe Vancouver.
They do
But
say
Vancouver
that.
will be improving in Seattle's market.
I think Manfred did hint.
I know, MLB wants to expand. I don't think they should.
Yeah, I agree. Like they wanted 32. They want 32. They want the NFL system. They want the 8 divisions of 4 teams, which is perfect. But where do you go? Wow, these shots by St. Louis. How are they not going in? Like, oh.
I don't know, because Ben Bishop's wall.
Benny Bish. NBA expansion? That's a good
I
question.
can see NBA expansion, though.
Oh, yeah. Could they put a team in Austin?
I can see Louisville.
Yeah. Louisville.
St. Louis, maybe.
Yeah, St. Louis. But yeah.
I can see St. Louis supporting.
KC. Could they put an NBA team in Kansas City?
Kansas City, maybe. I know they've had an NBA team before.
Yeah,
Seattle.
They can barely support.
Seattle's definitely one.
Yeah, Seattle will get one eventually, but they
Seattle's
can barely support the baseball team in Kansas City.
Kansas City's issue is they aren't good anymore. When they were World Series bound, they could support.
That's true.
Now it's like
no one's showing up now. They need.
That's an issue with a lot of teams, though.
They need Hurricanes.
Like Cleveland's having that issue too. Milwaukee's having that issue. Too many games.
Knight 676. Now that we know it's Knight, not King GHT, because he explained that. If the Canes make the Stanley Cup Finals, will Hurricanes man make a cameo? Ooh.
If they make the finals, I'm probably going to do the whole segment in Hurricanes Man voice. So, like, I am not looking forward to it. If it happens, I'm going to die.
So would you, if they beat the Bruins, would you do the congrats video as Hurricanes Man? Congratulations.
I don't know if I do that. Like, I have an idea for Boston.
Oh.
But it's just like very tongue-in-cheek and satirical.
Yeah. You doing a tongue-in-cheek and satirical video? No.
I know, right? I know. It's crazy.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Whoever this guy is.
Like once in a while, I'll go in like the dark and like macabre or brooding. It's like,
yeah,
I'll get into that on occasion.
That's
and it's like, oh my God, that's depressing.
You do something different and the algorithm hates it. The algorithm absolutely hates it.
Sometimes. Yeah. Depends if you have a base to support it.
Yeah.
Nice to freshen things up every once in a while, though.
It's true. Sometimes you got to wipe down there, you know.
Of course.
I don't know what that has to do with anything, but you know, sometimes you do have to wipe down there. Can't just can't have dingleberries all over the place. Yep.
What's wrong with dingleberries?
Mm-hmm. Nothing, man.
Well, second period's in the books, still tied at 1.
There we go. Is that O'Reilly? Ryan O'Reilly?
Yeah, O'Reilly and Sagan.
Uh-huh. Goaltenders always hit the post with their stick. It's
yeah, I think it's like a sort of superstition thing.
Yeah.
Or like a motivational tactic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyways, all right. Second period's in the books.
Mm-hmm. Good goaltending duel. I mean, Dallas has to adjust. They got smoked.
All right, we got a last call in like 3 minutes for Snapchat.
Closing time.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Yep, I cannot sing. That's
Night 676 for $5. Have any Canes fans come up to you, Tree, and said that they like your Hurricanes man persona? Honestly, I haven't. I've mostly been, it's been Pittsburgh based. I've only been really mentioned twice. One happened like at the Pens game 4, like once I did that like little video. Somebody found me there. And then the other was at just a bar.
And they were like, can you do Hurricanes, man?
No, they don't do that. They haven't done that yet.
Just give it
It'll
time.
probably happen eventually, let's be real, but
yeah. The more famous you get, someone's going to come up to you one day and be like, Tree, can you give me a Hurricanes, man? Can you give it to me?
If you mind, I'm going to take this next one because it relates to me.
Uh-huh.
Daniel Smith for $2. Rip Free getting swatted. If I was getting swatted, they wouldn't knock politely on the door. It would just be a budge with just like police going off in the background.
I thought it was Roger Goodell.
No, Roger Goodell would also he wouldn't even knock. He'd send in ninjas, and then I'd just be like, randomly disconnect for no reason.
That's true.
That would be Roger Goodell.
It's like in that movie Goodfellas. Like if it wasn't if it was Wise Guys, I wouldn't have heard anything. That's right. Mm-hmm. Aiden C97. Greetings, my fellow shit posters. Who do you have making it to the Stanley Cup Finals for the East, Carolina or Boston? Unfortunately, Boston's probably playing better.
I gotta say Boston.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I hope Carolina makes it. But here's the problem. They look significantly better on paper.
Tuukka's playing good, and Mrazek's hurt. Like, Mrazek didn't even play the last 2 games. So, I don't know. Tuukka looks unstoppable right now.
Tuukka's been really strong. He outdueled one of the best goaltenders in Sergei Bobrovsky.
He is streaky, but I think he's on the hot streak, and so that's where you want him. And I think
I think Tuukka wants to win his own cup and not just like be a passenger to Tim Thomas.
No, he does not. Nope.
I can see that.
Yep. Wow, Beast of Metal's spending them paycheck dollars tonight. So.
The goddamn madman.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Beast of Metal for $5. To see you not doing all the Beast of Metal ones now. Mm-hmm. Congratulations to the Bucks for following up the most statistically ordinary season in the history of MLB with more mediocrity. But hey, that's why they want them to win so they can pretend to be competitive and then just buy more at the deadline, random pieces that they're not really going to supplement, and then just say hey, we're competing. And if they're lucky, they'll strike gold.
What's attendance like for the Bucks this year?
Not really that good. Been pretty rough. It's been like there were some like really bad games this year early on. So
yeah, this is a good one. I like this next one from Sika. Kevin Sika, big fan of the show.
Sika.
Fan of you. The quadruple overtime game was epic. That was great.
It was a great game.
Yeah,
it was very good.
And
people were bitching at me online. It's like, you hate the NBA. Why are you talking about it? It's like, it doesn't mean I can't follow the sport.
Yeah.
So, okay. I mean, I don't like the NBA. Doesn't mean I can't follow it. Yeah. I'm not like going to hate it repeatedly, but it's just like, okay, I want to see what's happening.
Yeah, it's starting to get interesting, as I said earlier in the show. Not really an NBA fan, but that game was amazing to watch. Also, Fat Le'Veon is the most Jets thing possible. He is. He's like OTAs, voluntary workout.
But apparently people are defending him because like, oh, just wait till he comes in October and nobody's going to remember him. It's like, I don't think Le'Veon's going to do well in New York. And it's not because of him. It's because his main strength is his vision, and he's not going to have the line he did in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have, like, breakout speed. He doesn't have, like, killer moves like, Zeke Elliott or like a Saquon Barkley. Like, he's vision-based. And he's always been the kind of guy who waits behind his line and allows them to form holes. That's always been his game.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have a good line, he's nothing.
He's the opposite of Trent Richardson.
Even in the AAF, Trent Richardson was missing holes.
Yeah. Oh gosh, these shots.
Yeah, man, it's like St. Louis is buzzing. I mean, if they lose this game, they're gonna remember that and be kicking. But let's go on to the next Snapchat. Dodger of Zion for $5. What's up? Is there a bigger organizational dumpster fire than the NCAA?
Oh my gosh, that's a good topic too. So apparently, like, Sean Miller is gonna get popped like even harder, and Wade, Will Wade, and no one cares though. That's the thing though. I care. They have an institutional wide scam, and no one's talking about this.
The NCAA is just a scam in general. The value of a college education has diminished greatly over the past 40 years. And most of the time, athletes aren't even taking the classes. They're just there to, like, do their year and go. The one-and-done rule is a joke. Yeah. It should never be brought in. If you're going to do the one-and-done, if you're going to go out of high school, just have them spend a year in the G League if you're worried about that. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, well, it did help college basketball, but it's got,
like, if people will do college basketball, they'll do college basketball. Like, the best of the best, like Zion Williamson, should be in the NBA. Right?
There's too much money surrounding college basketball to not cheat. Like, why wouldn't you cheat? Football. Right, college football. Why wouldn't you cheat? It makes sense, right? These college players are so impressionable. Because even if they're coming out at age 18, none of them have any money. They'll take that dough.
Oh yeah, like DeAndre Ayton was getting paid what, $10K a month?
Yeah.
To play at Arizona. Like, dude, of course he's gonna take that money.
And he's worth.
I mean, that's gonna. I mean, you're thinking like, okay, I gotta pay protein. I want to help my mom out.
Yeah.
There you go. $10,000 a month.
Yeah, they come from nothing. I would take that
money. Most
of
them come from nothing.
Right. I'd be like, all right, pay me. Fuck you, pay me. Jared Froman, Cleveland Indians, a legacy of failure.
They need like 80, 70 years of failure. I mean, they're on the decline. They're not good either.
Yeah, they're bad.
Like, they're doing all right, but like they're in the beginning of the end cycle. Like, they're not really getting hitting. Their pitching's been very iffy. Like, they're in deep trouble.
They blew a 3-1 lead. They did a opposite.
That was their chance, and they blew it. And the next year was their chance, and they blew a 2-0 series lead. All they've done is choke. And then they got stomped by Houston. It's like, oh shit, they might be done. Because they've lost a lot of pieces in free agency. Michael Brantley, Andrew Miller, Josh Donaldson.
Miller was a stud in the bullpen.
Yeah, he wasn't the same last year, but still.
Yeah. He was very effective when he was in the Cleveland pen. I tell you that.
Oh, yeah. 3 innings, just monster.
Yep.
Total
Uh,
monster. But let's go with Llama Lord for $5. Hi, hashtag take warning, have a good night. Should also say hashtag come to our games.
hashtag it's a brass banana. Oh wait, he does that later.
Yeah,
Brandon
exactly. That's
Blackney. I like that name, Brandon Blackney. Do the Rangers have one of the top prospect pools? Also, do you guys think they'll have a busy offseason? They already started by getting Adam Fox. Um,
Adam Fox isn't a bad piece.
yeah, I mean they've got some Russian players that they got to bring
Yeah.
in. The goaltender from the KHL goalie, I forget what his name is. He's like the best
Anton
KHL.
Shestyorkin.
Yeah,
Shestyorkin. They have
Shortkin.
but I
Uh,
forget the one guy's name.
right, and they
Vitali. Damn it.
yeah they could
Get the one
probably
guy's name.
if they could probably have him get him ready to come, and maybe shop Georgiev even because I don't know if Georgiev
Yeah.
is an everyday guy.
You can get a decent return for Georgia though. He's NHL caliber.
Yeah, but Hank
Well,
Hank
or do you let him sit and wait for Lundqvist's contract to expire?
he's got 2 more years. Lunk does, so it's bad, man. It's bad.
I mean, that's the price you pay for pretending to compete for a cup.
Well, you got $11 million tied up in one guy. That's two.
Well, the
That's
only thing I can think of is next year you buy him out, but I
yeah.
don't know if he's a buyout proof situation.
I don't know. That's two. That's two forwards. Two top line forwards are in your goalie when you could bring in. You could either have Georgiev, who's not worth. Not getting paid that much, or I don't know. The Rangers are still 3-4 years off. 3-4 years off from
Mm-hmm.
anything.
They're doing a long term rebuild.
Yeah, it's a
I mean,
long
if I were
con.
them, I'd look into getting a big haul for Zibanejad. He could get a big payment.
He's too good is the problem, man. He's very good.
Yeah, but is he going to be part of your long term
He's still
plans?
very young.
Kreider, I can see going too.
Kreider, yeah, Kreider's probably gone.
Yeah, but
If they're not in
Zibanejad
it,
would be the piece where you can get a significant haul for.
and that's
Like you could be looking at like 2 first-round picks and a top prospect.
it's sad because I
Like,
love Kreider and Kreider loves New York. Like they're the two are made for each other, but they could trade him to Boston or something. I don't know.
well, they can bring him back later on if he's still that good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Llama
the Pirates
Lord's
won again. Hooray for more mediocrity.
yeah. Llama Lord said this earlier. Brass Bonanza. Take warning. Okay.
Hashtag
For
take
real.
warning.
Good night.
Okay, for real, good night. Kirk Hardeman for $5 Canadian. How are the Steelers going to do this season? As I said, I see like 9-7, 10-6. Like they're not going to be world beaters. I think they can sneak into a wild card spot if they're lucky, but they're not going to be like the Super Bowl contending favorites like they've been the last few.
Yeah.
They've lost too much high end talent, and I don't know if they have enough on defense to really like offset it.
7-9 for me.
7-9.
I was 8-8 last week. I think I'm getting worse on them. I think maybe this is the year that Ben Roethlisberger looks more like the aging quarterback that.
Yeah, and they just extended him too. It's like, as I said, I'm against that expansion because like I'd rather get rid of a guy a year too early than a year too late.
I cannot
This
wait.
strikes me as like a year too late sort of situation.
I cannot wait for his excuses when that arm strength goes. When he starts.
It's not even the
throwing.
arm strength; it's his legs.
Yeah, well, no, I just want to hear him throw somebody else under the bus for when he throws like a 10-yard duck to a guy that's open 20 yards downfield, and he's just like, "Hey, I told you to run the hitch on that," and he's like 10 steps beyond the DB.
He was throwing Antonio Brown under the bus repeatedly. Although, to be fair, some of that could be on Antonio Brown too with the way he's acting.
Mm-hmm. Casey Hughesby, man, we got a lot of these that we got to get through, man. We're backed up.
Casey Hughesby for $10. Okay, Thunder should have fired their coach for he has shown us nothing. You get Paul George back, you get rid of Melo for someone better, all for one playoff win. Enjoy cap hell. I don't know why they're bringing back Billy Donovan. I don't even know why they're bringing back Russell Westbrook. You're not winning with either.
They were afraid that there was going to be a remake of the Munsters and Billy Donovan was going to get called to play Eddie. That's what was.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. It's just like it's the definition of insanity. He's shown you that it hasn't worked, yet you're still trying it. And all you're going to get is, if you're lucky, you might make the second round.
I think Russ Westbrook has a pretty low basketball IQ. I mean, he's
All,
not.
all Westbrook cares about are his triple doubles.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like game 5, they got embarrassed. They blew a big lead, but guess what? Russell Westbrook got his triple double.
He's out there
That's
playing
all that
my
matters.
career mode. He's playing my career mode in NBA 2K, and everyone's like, "Dude, we gotta win, dude. Like, we don't care. We don't care." I don't know. Kevin Michael Von Magnum. Kevin Michael Von Magnum. Yes. What's up, Kevin? Big fan of the show.
What up, man?
Most likely NHL trades. Well, like in the off
I can see
season?
Line being traded.
Ooh, that's a good one. Could you see like one of the in Toronto, like them letting Marner walk?
I don't know about Marner. They're gonna do work. I think I can see them trading like Nazem Kadri.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
like one of those
Kadri's
pieces
gone.
offset. Gardner's gone. I can see them trying to trade Zaitsev, but they'll have to dangle like a nice piece to get him to.
Yeah.
Like their big priority is keeping Marner.
What do you think?
And he's gonna want Matthews money. Like people are saying, like he's not gonna get 12 to 13. I honestly think he does. He had a great regular season, caps going up, and he's represented, I believe, by the same agents that represent Josh Anderson, Andreas Athanasiou, and Sam Bennett, who've all had ugly holdouts.
Hey,
So
there are teams out there with lots of cap room that would love Mitch Marner, and they're playoff winning teams. Playoff winning teams.
Yeah. Braden Point's going to be a big one too. He's an RFA. He's going to be the other big fish.
You think about the Islanders; they could make some big trades. They've got plenty of cap room.
Oh yeah, they're going to want a big piece or two.
And it's easy to sell it to the fan base right now. You know.
Oh yeah, it's like we overachieved massively, but with New York, they're going to want to re-sign Nelson and Anders Lee.
Anders, the captain.
They're big depth guys.
What do you think about the Predators, though? Do you think they're going to get rid of anybody?
I can see them trying to trade PK Subban.
Oh wow, that's a big one. You don't think they would want to hold on? They definitely won the Weber trade. They did do that, but
yeah, like Subban has a couple years left. I think they trade him like either for like a high-paid, high-profile forward, or they trade him for another high-profile defenseman. Like my biggest fear is they're going to trade him to the Pens for Letang. And that's going to do nothing because PK is as much of a defensive dumpster fire as Letang.
Yeah, he just doesn't make those.
And he just has a higher cap hit.
Yeah, he doesn't turn into a dumb blonde though at the blue line sometimes. So, anyways, Taylor Phillips, host of the Michigan Sports Truth. Video on the Pistons. Yeah, they did not show up at all in the
14
playoffs.
Straight playoff losses, man. It's yeah. Like I mean, they just died.
They need a disastrous regular season.
Yeah, go away.
Right. That championship that they won in the 2000s was like fluke as fuck too. Like
it's like old school defensive style.
Yeah. I don't think you ever see that again. I don't know. That's up to you, man. You ever going to do a video on the Pistons? They are pretty fail. Mm-hmm.
Maybe in the future. So, like, I mean, I have a few other Detroit teams I'd rather get to. Like, Tigers have always been up on my list.
Yeah.
Also with the, the Lions have been requested for a long time.
Yeah. I can't believe you never done that. All right, Manuel. See you, buddy. Thanks for coming, by the way.
Take care, brother.
Yeah. Big fan of the show. Comments on like every one of my videos, and I appreciate it. See, I know who comments a lot and insults me all the time.
Oh yeah, dude, that's everybody.
There's one guy, Eggs and Grits, like he's a fan, but he always ribs me, and I like it. It's like she's like.
Does he say bald jokes all the time?
No, he always comes up with something that's relevant to the video, and it's always like a low blow. But I know he's just being a smart ass, and I think it's hilarious. So it's mutual. Game respects game.
Mm-hmm. Always. But let's get on to our next little Snapchat. Beast of Metal 1989 for $5. Random reminder that famous Jameis new opposite number on the Tampa Bay QB carousel is Blaine fucking Gabbert. All hail the eternal noodle. Oof.
Jeez. All hail
Blaine Gabbert. Yikes.
Well, at least Blaine Gabbert has never stolen crab legs and molested an Uber driver. That's all I gotta say.
Blaine Gabbert's too inaccurate to do those things.
Yeah, he tried to molest the Uber driver, but he fingered the door handle.
He underthrew it.
Yep. He missed and hit the back of the seat. He was like, wow, you're really soft. That's the leather console in the middle. Drummer dude 27538. That's new, isn't he?
I think so.
Thank you for coming out. Stan Kroenke versus hopefully we're not too late on reading this and you've already left and like cursed us for our lives.
Oh yeah, man.
Third period underway, by the way.
Yep.
Stan Kroenke versus Dean Spanos fight to the death. Who wins? I think Kroenke fights dirty.
I'd say Kroenke too. Like Spanos, he doesn't strike me as having a killer instinct.
Yeah.
Spanos doesn't have a killer instinct. Kroenke, I think like he's gonna like destroy people. He's like, oh look, he gets what he wants. He's like, he will do anything to make sure it happens.
Kroenke looks like he might have gone to like some third world country and hunted like actual men, for fun.
That sounds like
right.
That's why he bought Cadillac Ranch.
Yeah, this reminds me of Guyana. Like he's just gonna squeeze like Dean Spanos' eyeballs out. He's like, yeah. Uh-huh. We used to hunt men with our bare hands.
Yeah, he's probably acquiring the soul stones as we speak.
Yes, Stan Kroenke, like the dad in Family Guy, is I think who Stan Kroenke is.
Peter Schmidt.
Yeah, Peter Schmidt. I think they're the same person. Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Yep. All right, we got only 2 left, and we can retire.
Retire and sire many children.
I'm really impressed though. 289 people have stuck through this. It actually kept
that's impressive.
Going up. Yeah, at one point.
Yeah, that's impressive.
327.
Like it's still kicking.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
You guys are awesome. You guys fucking kick ass. Remember when we started doing the show? There's only like 50 people that would watch. Now it's
like 50, 75. Like we had a little bit. Started out small, so
yeah,
it works out.
It's been a love story between us and super chats.
Very slow burn.
Yep.
I'll take it.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
but 2 more. MJR 2012 for $2. Do you think the Falcons can make a run this year? They got to stay healthy. I mean, this is pretty much their last chance with Dan Quinn.
I'd put the odds at 28-3.
Oh, I see what you did there, sir.
Mm-hmm. You knew it. You came to the show knowing that that's what I was gonna do.
Oh, dude, that's the only thing people think of.
I don't know.
I'd rather go with the 1980 divisional championship. Where they gave up like 21 points when they had like a 17, 18 point lead.
And didn't they have a killer defense back then? And they just
they had a loaded defense. They had a strong offense. Mm-hmm. Like they were beastly. Like they were Super Bowl contenders.
Should I bring up Eugene Robinson? No, I shouldn't.
No, that wasn't Robinson. That was 98.
Yeah, that was also.
Got to bring back the dogfighting rings.
Yeah, that's true. Gosh, Atlanta. I think though, if in all seriousness, if you have Matt Ryan, you have a chance. You have a chance.
He's a solid QB. Like he's like in that second tier of quarterback.
Yeah.
I'd put him there.
He was the MVP that year. I mean, the year they went to the Super Bowl, he should have a ring. He should have a ring.
Yeah, I mean his coordinator let him down.
Mm-hmm.
And his defense let him down too.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll finish this up. Sam Jeanette. Did I say that right, Sam?
Sean Jeanette?
Yeah.
Sam Jeanette?
Yeah. Jeanette? Is that French? As an Indian season... Wow, this guy's an Indian season ticket holder. They'll be fine once the weather warms up. Jose will start swinging finally. And
I mean, they better. Like, as I said, like, they strike me as a team that'll, like, win their division, but I don't know if they'll go far in the playoffs again.
Yeah.
That's what they strike me as, honestly.
Is Juan Soto, is he on the Indians?
No, that's Nationals.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Speaking of update, Nationals are down 4-0 now. So.
We had 2 last-second ones come in here, so you
Yep.
can read them both.
We'll pump them out quickly.
Yep.
Alex Figueroa for $2. How long will the current Pens core be around? I think there may be some changes this year. I'm hearing rumors about trading with Tang. I'm hearing rumors about trading Kessel. I'm hearing rumors about trading Malkin. So I think they look into everything right now.
I think Kessel is the most likely to go.
I see Kessel. I definitely see Kessel.
Yeah.
Malkin, his thing is like, you're not going to get a good return for him. Like, you're going to get a guy who's like, okay, like, he's got full control. He has a no movement clause. He has a big contract for the next 3 years. Who's going to take that on his late 30s and a guy who has a notoriously bad discipline?
Sid is still very good. Sid is still very good.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think, though, if the career ends and, like, if Sid doesn't ever win another one, it was worth it? It was a success?
Oh, of course. Yeah. You've won 3 rings. Yeah. Him and Malkin. It's a successful run. Yeah. If he had one, we would have been like, I mean, it's a little disappointing.
Yeah, but he cemented
the extra 2, it's like, hey,
yeah,
it's a good run.
Yeah, he's okay. Is he a first ballot? He's obviously a first ballot Hall of Famer. Is he a waive the 5-year period Hall of Famer?
Maybe. If he keeps up like this, like he's already on pace to break some records. I mean, you make the argument with him being 10 player of all time.
Yeah, he could.
So I think you could say he's first ballot.
And that's not a Yinzer talk.
Comparisons will be between him and Mario.
That's not a Yinzer biased opinion at all. Nope, not at all. No, that's even as a Rangers fan, Crosby has been. He's generational talent, and that's not me being a Penguins bias. Yeah. That's been hyped since he was like a prospect in junior league. I'm just busting your balls, man. You don't got to get all defensive about it.
Whatever, man. I can bust your balls about Henrik not winning a cup all the damn time. Doesn't mean I'm not going to do it.
Why you got to bring up old shit, man? That just hurts. You gotta try to hurt my feelings. When the Vezina Trophy winning goalie who gave his all is just dead in the water, and it's sad. But at least Henrik is more handsome than Sidney. I'll tell you that.
Oh, of course. Henrik has beautiful Swedish looks.
He does. He's a very handsome man. Mm-hmm. All right. That's it. No more Snapchats. Stop it with the giving us money.
Yep. And one more. MJR 2012. Freeman also let him down by missing a block. That too.
Yeah. That happened.
And one more for the road. Alex Figueroa. I am a Devils fan, sadly. Hey, don't feel too bad. You've got Jack Hughes coming.
Yeah.
So you've got a shot.
Yeah. And you could reload, and, you got Taylor Hall and all that shit, and, could happen. All right.
You're good.
We finally made it to the end of the show. I see you, Oshawott, man. Good night, all.
Yeah.
We got to thank Omega Black, Nick Man.
Coming in, man. Yeah. One more. Sam Jeanette, $2. Thanks for OBJ, by the way. Oh, man, he's jabbing at you.
I saw my kid's old baseball coach, and he was wearing all this Cleveland gear, and I was like, hey man, all of a sudden you're wearing this Cleveland gear, and he's like, well, I'm from there, and I was like, oh, come on. Jeez. What kind of excuse is that? From Cleveland, making shit up. Whatever, dude. All right. Man. Do you have any final thoughts, Mister?
No,
we gotta thank the mods, by the way, Omega Black and Nick Man. I did not see
Big Beast of Metals one too, right?
Yeah. I did not see him at all. He only gave us like half his paycheck, but it's
right.
So thanks to the mods, everybody. Tree.
Oh, one more thought was shots on goal since the first period. Dallas has 2. St. Louis has 21.
How's Dallas going to win? Without shooting the puck, they're gonna get some James Reimer or
just ask Vegas San Jose Game 6.
Yeah.
Jones saved like 50 shots, and it just gave up like this massive softie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here we go. Jake Bizzle, right at the end, of course. And I'm turning the stream off after this. Jake
just turn it off.
Who gave us $100
What the fuck, dude?
He's the Mr. Beast of of the dumpster fire. I thought it was $10. I was like, oh, I gotta just turn it off and stop. But it gives us $100 at the end to big time everybody. Thanks, buddy.
That's like just the end cap right there.
Yep. Whatever you want to
Like
ask.
that's what Robert Kraft calls a happy ending.
That's a Jupiter, Florida special.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Look at the chats going crazy. Everyone's like, God damn it, Jake. We had them. They were going to get off. They weren't going to do shit. They were going to
Even they're like, why, Jake? Why? He did that for the reaction.
Jack Danaher, EDP for president. EDP's content has been so good lately. He's been getting like dildos mailed to him. It's been amazing. It's amazing. We should open.
That's EDP though.
Yeah, it's true. He signed a condom the other day. But thank you, Jake.
Signed a condom. Does he do that on eBay?
Damn, Jake. $100. All right. We really have to go. So.
Yep.
But thanks everybody. Thank you all for coming out. I will say, unless someone wants to give us $100 again, I'm going to say thank you for making it to the end of another dumpster fire. You're all great. Thanks, Jake, Bazell, and everybody else that contributed. You're all equal in this socialist society. See ya.
Jeez.